Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to be reading a new book, A Tree for Emmy. We're going to be asking and answering questions about this story, the main idea, the characters, the setting. And we are also going to be looking at different ways that people can enjoy and appreciate trees through different stories and through our own writing and drawing. We are introducing a new anchor chart today. This is a chart to help us understand when we should ask questions to understand a story. So, if you are confused by a story, you could ask, can you please help me understand blank? If you don't know who the characters are, you can ask, who is blank? If you don't know what happened in the story, you can always say, what happened when blank? If you don't know where something is in the story, you can ask, where is that? Where is blank? And lastly, if you don't know what a word means when we're reading, you can always ask, what does that word mean? What does the word blank mean? So this is a chart we're going to be using to try to remember what kinds of questions we can ask if we want to better understand our story. We are going to be asking and answering questions about the characters, setting, and major events in A Tree for Emmy. Listen as you do our read aloud. Hi, we are going to be doing a close read aloud of A Tree for Emmy. Let's take a look at our cover. A Tree for Emmy. So A Tree for Emmy was written by Marianne Rodman, written by, she's the what? Who writes the book? What are they called? Yes, the author. So smart. And then it says, illustrated by Tatiana Maiweiss. An illustrator, what do they do? Yes, an illustrator draws the pictures. So the author wrote the book and the illustrator drew the pictures. So we are going to read through our whole book. Make sure you are looking and listening to our story. A Tree for Emmy. Emmy loved all kinds of trees. Oak trees with acorns, pine trees with cones, willows with long swishy branches. But best of all, Emmy loved the mimosa tree in Grandma's pasture. In spring, Emmy swung from the tree's strong, low branches. Look at me, she shouted. I'm a possum swinging by my tail. I declare, Emmy, said Grandma. That old tree is a lot like you, stubborn and strong and a little bit wild. In the summer, the tree was covered with fuzzy pink blossoms. Emmy put one blossom over each ear. Look at me, she called. I'm a fuzzy bug with pink buggy feelers. In fall, the tree's seed pods covered the ground. When Emmy shook them, the pods rattled like maracas. My tree, my beautiful tree, Emmy sang. She danced around the pasture, shaking the pods. Stubborn and strong and a little bit wild, just like me. Emmy's yard didn't have a mimosa tree. It had willows and oaks and pines. They're nice, Emmy said. They're not stubborn and wild. They're not like me. Emmy's birthday came in the summer. I want a mimosa tree for my birthday, she said. What would you do with it? Asked Mama. Love it and water it and play with it, said Emmy. Okay then, said Daddy. Let's go buy a mimosa tree. But buying a mimosa tree was not so easy. A mimosa, said the man at the garden store. We don't have any of those. Why not? Asked Emmy. Mimosas grow wild. We don't sell them. Why not? Asked Emmy. You don't buy wildflowers, do you, young lady? Said the man. Stores don't sell clover and dandelions. Clover and dandelions are pretty, Emmy said. Sorry, said the lady at the next shop. No one sells wild trees. But it's going to be my birthday present, said Emmy. The lady smiled. We have plum trees and peach trees, sweetie. They will give you nice fruit. But they don't have fuzzy pink flowers, said Emmy. Here's a tulip tree, said the lady. It has lovely pink blossoms in the spring. Are they fuzzy? Asked Emmy. No, said the lady. Do they have rattly seed pods that shake and shake and shake? Asked Emmy. No, said the lady. Pink fuzz and seed pods make a dreadful mess. I'm sure your parents wouldn't want that. We want what Emmy wants, said Daddy. Come on, Emmy. We'll find something else for your birthday. I don't want something else, said Emmy. Mama hugged her. I know, honey, but we can't find your tree right now. Just for today, could you visit Grandma's tree? I guess, sighed Emmy. At Grandma's, she ran straight to her favorite tree and gave it a hug. Dumb old stores, said Emmy. No mimosas, no fair. She flopped down under the tree and squeezed her eyes shut to keep in the tears. Something touched Emmy's nose. She opened her eyes. A big weed was tickling her face. No, it wasn't a weed. With that long stem and those feathery green leaves, it looked like, wait a minute, could it be? It was a mimosa tree. Emmy ran to get Mama and Daddy and Grandma. My, said Grandma, peering down. That's a mimosa, all right. A baby one, but a tree all the same. Can I have it, Grandma? Begged Emmy. For my birthday, please? Why, surely, said Grandma. So Grandma and Emmy set to work. Carefully they dug up the tiny tree. Emmy wrapped the roots in wet newspaper so they wouldn't dry out. Then they put the mimosa in a big tomato can for the trip home. Emmy scouted the yard for a special place for her tree. Under my window, she decided, so I can see it all the time. Emmy and her parents dug a hole for the little tree. I can't wait for fuzzy pink flowers and rattly seed pods, said Emmy. When will that be? Emmy, honey, it's just a baby tree, said Mama. I won't have flowers or pods for quite a spell. It won't, said Emmy. No, said Mama. No fair, yelled Emmy. Dumb old tree. She ran to her room and flopped on the bed. She buried her head in her pillow and wished for a tree like Grandma's. stubborn and strong and tall. Emmy sat up and looked out the window. Daddy was cutting the grass. Soon he would be under her window. She ran outside. "Daddy!" she shouted, waving her hands. Daddy turned off the lawnmower. "My tree," said Emmy. "You're going to mow over it." Said Daddy. "You mean the dumb old tree?" Emmy looked down at her tiny tree. "It can't help being small," she said. "It will grow someday if I water it and love it and keep it safe." "I suppose so," Daddy said. "Why don't we build it a fence?" So Emmy and her daddy made a stick and string fence all around the tree. "Now it can grow," said Emmy. "Till then, I can pick pink blossoms off Grandma's tree." But someday soon, Emmy knew her baby tree would grow up to be tall, stubborn and strong, and a little bit wild, just like her. That was our book, A Tree for Emmy. Who can think and tell me, what was this text mostly about? What was the main idea of this book? What was it about? Think for a second. What's your answer? Yes, this book was about a girl, Emmy, who wanted a mimosa tree for her birthday. She wanted one because she saw one at her grandma's house and she loved it so much. She wanted one for her own yard for her birthday. And it's all about her trying to find her tree. Good job! Awesome listening, friends. We are going to keep talking about a couple different pages in the story so we can talk about how we can figure out our setting or our characters using our anchor chart. So on this page of the book, we want to know, what question can we ask to be able to figure out the setting or where the story takes place? On our chart, we see if we don't know where something is, we can ask, where is it? Where is Emmy? Where is she? And from our pictures, we can see that she's in her yard looking at the trees. Now, there's a word in this page called pasture. If you don't know what that word means, what question could you ask? Yes, down here, we don't know what the word means. So we want to know, what does that word mean? What does the word pasture mean? A pasture is a big open field where grass and flowers and trees can grow and animals can eat. How does that help us understand the story? Yes, it helps us understand where the setting is. Good job. If we look at this picture of our story and we wanted to say, what can we ask to better understand our characters? What will we say? Yes, we might say, who is this dog? Or who is this girl back here? Our text doesn't tell us when we read our page, so we have to use the picture to try to get clues. Since we know she's in her yard, maybe this is her sister or her friend, and perhaps this is her dog. It's time for us to write about different ways people can enjoy trees. We have a picture here, and we want to know, how are the people in this picture enjoying trees? How are they enjoying these trees? Let's take a look at it. You can pause the video if you need some more time to look at this picture. We can see that the people are climbing the tree at the top. We see someone all the way up here. We see someone climbing here. They might be swinging from the branches. It looks like there is a dad or an adult helping this child climb up into the tree or get down. So now you are going to watch as I will model for you how we would write our sentence and draw our picture to help describe how the people are enjoying the trees. Okay, so we looked at our picture. We talked about how those people are enjoying the trees. So now it's time to write my sentence and draw my picture that shows how those people are enjoying the tree. I have to remember that my sentence has to have a noun and a verb. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. The noun in my sentence is going to be the people in the picture. A verb is what you are doing. It's an action. So my verb in the sentence is going to be what the people in the picture are doing. So I'm going to think about my sentence. Looking at the picture, I think I'm going to write, the kids climb the tree. Are those kids climbing the tree in my picture? Yes, so I know that's a sentence I can write. Am I saying who's in the picture, the people? Yep, the kids. And the verb, what they're doing? They're climbing the tree. So let's count it out. The kids climb the tree. How many words is that? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I am forgetting something. What goes at the end of my sentence? Period. I know that. I know. Okay, so now I'm going to start my sentence. Does my sentence start with a capital letter or a lowercase letter? Yes, a capital letter. I can't get you guys. So I wanted to say the. The is a sight word, and I know how to spell it. A capital T, because it's the first word of my sentence. H E. The. Kids. K, I, D, S, kids. So I hear the k sound at the beginning. K, I. Okay. Kid, D, kids. That's an S. The kids climb. I'm. Okay. Stretched out my word. That's what I have to do in order to know how to spell. So climb. Now I remember seeing this word and seeing that it started with a C. Oh, that letter says its name. I'm. The kids climb a sight word that I already know. Tree. We have used the word tree a lot. So I remember how to spell T-R-E, tree. And I know that tree has 2 E's. Tree. The kids climb the tree. There. I've written my sentence. And now it's time for me to draw a picture. Just draw a picture of anything? No, I want to draw a picture that matches. So I'm going to draw a big line right here. All right, so I know my sentence is at the bottom, my picture is going to be at the top. So I'm going to start with the tree. Now I've drawn the trunk of my tree. Now I'm going to draw my branches. All right, that's the trunk of my tree, the branches. Then maybe I will color it in. I want to show that I'm really trying to show my branches and my trees. Okay, and maybe I would even color in my trunk because I want my work to be high quality. And my last branch over here. Now I know that trees have leaves, and I know that leaves are green. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tree leaves. Do some green. I know that trees can have leaves that are other colors as well, but I want my leaves to be big and green. Now, I've drawn my tree. Now I need to show the kids climbing on the tree. So let's draw somebody climbing up on the tree. Oh, there's a girl. And let's see, I can color in her dress and give her a smiley face because I know she's having fun. And some eyes and maybe some shoes. All right, and there's my girl climbing on my tree. Have I written a sentence that shows the picture that we looked at, how those people were enjoying the tree? Yes, someone in that picture was climbing on the tree. I wrote a sentence and I drew a picture that matches my sentence. All right. It is now your turn to try that work on your own. You are going to watch and listen to this video. In the video, they're going to be asking you questions that you need to think about and answer. At any time, you can pause the video to answer these questions. You're going to read a new story called Make a Tree Friend. And at the end, you are going to be writing a detail from that story. So make sure you're listening so you can hear the story and you can do your work at the end.
Hello, kindergartners. Today's learning target is, I can observe how people and characters enjoy trees. Read it with me. I can observe how people and characters enjoy trees. Today, you will observe how people and characters enjoy trees. You will need your Make a Tree Friend book, Day 2 note catcher, Enjoying Trees journal, and a pencil. Before we read, think about the question, what do you enjoy or appreciate? Here are some new pictures to help you think about some things you might enjoy or appreciate. Pause the video and think about it. Now let's read. Make a Tree Friend by Elise Sweeney, illustrated by Joanne Renaud. Amy is friends with many trees. When she wants to swing, she visits a maple tree. When she wants to eat, she visits an apple tree. When she wants to cry, she visits a weeping willow. When she wants to climb, she visits an oak tree. When she wants to think, she visits a birch tree. When she wants to count, she visits a pine tree. When she wants to rest, she visits an elm tree. You can be friends with a tree too. Find a tree. Visit the tree to climb, think, and play. Make a tree friend. Now that we've finished reading, think about the following questions. The title of this book is Make a Tree Friend. The author says Amy is friends with many trees. Think about the things you do together with friends. How do you appreciate and enjoy your friends? What kinds of things do you do together? Pause the video and think about it. Now that you've thought about it, let's talk about it. Find a family member or friend and talk about the following questions. What does the author say Amy is doing with her different tree friends? How can a tree be a friend? Remember, you can look back into the book for help. Pause the video now and talk about these questions. Now that you've talked about it, let's write about it. Sketch and write one way Amy enjoyed one of her tree friends in your Day 2 note catcher, Enjoying Trees journal. When you're done, share your writing with a family member or friend. Thank you, boys and girls.
All right, so now it's your turn to do this on your own. If you don't have a note catcher, that's okay. You can just use your paper and write one way that Amy enjoyed one of her tree friends and show the picture that matches your sentence. All right, I can't wait to see your sentences and pictures. Good job today, boys and girls. I'll talk to you soon.